Lawrence High School has come a long way since its beginnings in the basements and back rooms of different buildings in the 1800s. Today we're taking a look at the journey LHS has taken to be where it is today. The first school in Lawrence was held at the Immigrant Aid Building at the northwest corner of 7th and Mass in 1855. In 1856, school was moved to the basement of the Unitarian Church on the 900 block of Ohio Street. In those times, all grades were combined into a single building. The school was referred to as Quincy High. In 1859, classes were held on the second floor of Woodward's building on Mass Street. In 1860, Lawrence chartered a public school system, and the first permanent school building was constructed in 1865. The building, referred to as Central School, and located on the grounds where Liberty Memorial Central Middle School is today, at 15th and Mass, served as the school building for 25 years. Old High was constructed in 1889 on the southeast corner of 9th and Kentucky to separate high schoolers from other students due to a growing student population. The LHS wrote of the building at the time, "The finished building is a marvel of beauty, convenience, and cheapness." Old High was raised in 1954 after the opening of the current LHS building. The oldest building to house Lawrence High School students, which is still standing, was constructed in 1923. Now most commonly known as Central Middle School, the school was originally named Lawrence Memorial High School in honor of Lawrence World War I veterans. The building was built on the same grounds as Central School, where it is still located at 15th and Mass. Old High was renamed Manual School and was used for vocational and technical training. In 1926, Haskell Stadium was constructed. It hosted Lawrence High and eventually Free State football until 2012. In 1949, a bond campaign was started to fund the construction of a new high school as well as renovations of existing buildings. Of the $2.6 million in the bond, $1.8 million was allocated for the new high school. There was great debate over the ideal location for the new school. The three contenders were a site near the University of Kansas campus, a location on 9th Street, and a location on a 40-acre farm at 19th and Louisiana. The location near KU campus was quickly eliminated as it would have created traffic issues in the area, and the state opposed the location. The 9th Street location was more central, meaning less traffic congestion and a shorter ride for most students, while the 19th Street location was chosen based on projected growth. Despite Lawrence City planners at the time projecting extremely low growth in Lawrence's size, housing trends and LHS students pushed for the location at 19th and Louisiana, where the school resides today. Advertised as a gift from the citizens of Lawrence to their children, ground for the building was broken in April 1952. Many teachers protested the school district during construction because $200,000 of excess funds allocated for teacher salaries was diverted to fund the building rather than being used for raises and bonuses. Despite the opposition, students moved in, and a little over 2 years later, on March 26, 1954. The original building was 125,607 square feet, cost $1.5 million, $500,000 under budget, and contained 43 classrooms. The school also advertised an auditorium, little theater, cafeteria, library, and multiple exits which were added for safety reasons. Most of the 40 acres the school was built on were left open for future expansion. In September of 1962, the first of many expansions and renovations on LHS began. The cafeteria was expanded and 13 more classrooms were added in the southeast corner of the building. In April of 1965, an administration center, now the annex, was completed to the south of LHS. During November 1966, a bond passed for a new cafeteria, library, and additional physical education facilities. A wrestling room was completed in 1967, and a new cafeteria and library with central air were completed in 1968. The existing cafeteria and library were converted into additional classrooms. In May of 1973, a committee was formed to make recommendations into additional expansions at LHS. Based on the recommendations, the school district decided to expand vocational and fine arts areas, as well as the physical education space. In the fall of 1976, a new rehearsal room for band and orchestra, a new physical education building, and several mechanical shops were completed. In January of 1980, a swimming pool was built onto the existing physical education building. In the fall of 1984, the auditorium was remodeled. A stage construction area was added, lighting and acoustic performance were improved, dressing rooms were added, and an electrical control panel were added. The following year, in the fall of 1985, an area for practical arts was added. This space included a journalism room, mechanical drawing room, and wood shop. During the fall of 1987, the Administration Center was moved off of the LHS campus to where it resides today, and the administration building was renamed the Annex and converted to hold classes. Major renovation and remodeling of LHS was completed in November of 1995. The work done included overall renovations of the school, a rubberization of the track, and an updated library computer area. The work also involved moving the main entrance of the building from the northeast corner to where it is today, as well as the construction of new offices by the new entrance. A new roof and boiler were also installed in 1996. The next major event in the history of Lawrence High School didn't actually involve the LHS building itself. In the fall of 1997, Free State High School opened in Northwest Lawrence. The new building ended the Lawrence School's long-standing tradition of educating all high school students in the same building. After the addition of the school, LHS remained largely unchanged for over a decade. In the fall of 2007, 3 new chemistry rooms, a new entrance to the East Gym, and improvements in special education were opened. The most recent renovation before the current one began in 2011. The changes made constituted the largest internal changes since before Free State opened. In the main building, the science addition was re-roofed, lockers were replaced, and the security system was updated. The school also renumbered all classrooms to be more consistent, with the notable exception of Room 125, the film room, which was not renamed in order to stay consistent with the film program's title, Room 125 Productions. Changes also included the purchase of more tables for the cafeteria and the removal of asbestos for the annex to make room for foreign language, business, debate, and special education facilities. Both LHS and Free State also received new sports facilities, including new football stadiums, ending the 85-year-old tradition of playing in Haskell Stadium. As you can see, Lawrence High School has come a long way from its humble beginnings, and even the building we reside in today has experienced changes so drastic as to make the original building almost unrecognizable to current students. Even now, more changes are occurring to help make LHS a safer and better place for students. These changes include a larger cafeteria, new black box theater, and a newly paved parking lot. The changes also include a new safe entrance intended to help remove some of the security risks introduced in the 1950s when safety meant a very different thing. Thanks for taking this long and wild ride through LHS history with me. This is Kenneth McLaughlin reporting for the LHS Budget, signing off.